our progenitor, who was Idu. He was born in Otogbelaka in the Ring Road, near the Oba Palace side. That was where Idu was born. Even there our song, Otogbelaka, Ana Bidu. It's not. That's why I love Benin adage and Benin song. It's very easy to trace our history. When we sing our whole song, we have our history is inside. When we talk about our adage, our history is inside. That's why I think today the Ekwani and some part of Ondo State and the Agbo people still call us the Idu till today because we were once Idu. So before Idu was born, there was an era of the Ondion race. You know, back in the days, there was no more population then. So it was just population of a little bit population, like in a community. So in that Ondion era, people choose who will be the head of the communities or of each communities. So there will be this side, this Ojonwe that will be ruling this side. So after the Ojonwe eras for so many years, now the Idu was born. That is where Idu now started the Ogiso dynasty. And the first Ogiso was Ogiso Igodo. It was, and the Benin was ruled by 32 Ogisos, which the last Ogisos was Ogiso Owodo. So the Benin were ruled by 32 Ogiso. The first one was Ogiso Igodo. The last one was Ogiso Owodo. So during the last time of Ogiso Owodo, he married 6 wives. And during that time, now only one wife, the senior one, named born boy. That is the Kaladera. He was the only child that has a male child. The rest women, one was even Agan. Now be that one where go do jealousy with him. One was a barren. The rest one gave birth to female. So the last one, that last wife, was the one that set Ikaladera up. He now said that Ikaladera did a sacrilege in the palace, in the kingdom. And anybody that did that thing, that person will not be spared. He must be pied. They don't care whether you be prince, whether you be name, they don't care. You must be pied. So when they now said Ikaladeran that the last wife said you did this sacrilege, Ogiso Ikaladeran plead that he didn't do it. Now so they can't tell the Ikaladeran, I speak pidgin because I'm not that fluent in English. So they can't tell the Ikaladeran say they must fire. So now they can't say may they go fire. For where they want fire. So the Obas, the Ogisos have no one ever see when they fire picking. You don't want to hear about it. The thing they already did has already been done. So they come the guide, the servant, all those slaves who were in the palace. They come escort the Ogiso, the Kaladera to the bush. So it was not there. One of them now pleaded that please, we should not buy this our prince. We should spare him. Maybe he should just go to other place and should not return back to Benin. So one of them now pleaded. The rest said no. So later, all of them agreed. So they now tell the Ikaladeran to leave and should never come back to Benin. If not, if they know that he's alive, the bodyguard people, all of them go buy. Because if they don't tell person should execute person, you must not leave that person. That was how they leave Ikaladera. And the Ikaladera now moved to Uhe in Igala. He now moved to Uhe in Igala. He didn't go to Ilefe at the beginning. So he moved to Uhe in Igala. He lived there. That is why the Igala still have this history today. If they pay me say Igala people not today on social media. Now only few Facebook the day. The Igala people document the history and they have it with proof. So he went to Igala and okay, he even give one woman, Igala woman belle there. Before he even come out again, come move to Ugoton. So as he reach Ugoton, if you even go Ugoton today, you go see Ikaladeran Shrine. Is there. Ikaladeran Shrine. If you go there, I even have it on my phone. Ikaladeran Shrine is in Ugoton and he built a cock on the front of the shrine. The cock is still celebrated every year till now. The cock, that was the cock because Ikaladeran was training cock for those fowl. He was training them, giving them food and all of that. So he later now moved again to Ile-Ife. That is when and before he moved to Ile and when get to Ile-Ife, the oracle has already told the Ile-Ife people that they already have a Obatala though. They already have all those Obatala that ruled them. They were just individual. So there was no longer having a ruler. So they already have an oracle that said there is somebody that will come to rule them, and the person is a stranger. So during that time, they now met Ikaladera in the bush, and when they arrived there, they now saw Ikaladera, and they was asking him, who are you? Where are you from? What are you, a spirit? What are you doing in our land? So, and they saw Ikaladera, and they have a lot of power, and everything he wears. He holds the cock. He holds the cock. He holds in that cock. If you go to you will see it today. So the Ile-Ife people now, they now tell the Ile-Ife people, say, he is Ogiso's son. That he is Ogiso's son, and Ogiso mean the God of the sky, the king of the sky. That is why the Yoruba people think their God, their king, their ruler fell from the sky. That is why they are saying our king is a descendant from the sky. My mother is a Yoruba woman, and she know the history, and I know my father history also. So they now accept Oduduwa, and his name was Izoduwa, because after he left Benin, he changed his name. So Izoduwa, and Ozoduwa means like I choose the way of the way of my path, like I choose the right path. So as he went there, he told them his name is Oduwa. They corrected it to Oduduwa, and Oduduwa doesn't even have meaning in Yoruba. Oduwa is a meaning, is Oduwa is a meaning, and Odu is a meaning, is an Edo meaning. So when he get there, he didn't rule. He fought them. They have a fight. He fought them before he became a king. And after he fought them, he now became a king. So after he became their ruler, the Benin people then later they now look that their Ogiso was not old, and they don't have any ruler anymore. They don't have any Meshai, and this Meshai they thought he has by. So after that, they now throw oracle. They say, this our true. They not grip on man again. So they was not trying to select from the air for the other chiefs. That is where the Ogiame people came in. So they now say, okay, and normally the Benin throne is from lineage, blood to blood. So if this our Ogiso there is no longer son, maybe we should put somebody that was deliberating on that. But later, they should throw oracle so that they will know what to do. They should not no, in Benin then, they don't just talk and do it. They must throw oracle. So oracle must tell them what to do. So the natural oracle, the oracle now say, Ogiso's son is still alive. They should look for him. That was when they now go to Igala. And when they reached Igala, the Igala people said he has left. I don't know why Igala people fool. They don't do this TikTok. They think they pay me because they know the history very well. So they now said, the Igala people said he has left. He passed this side. So that is where they was not looking for him, and then went there to Ile-Ife. They now see their son is ruling them already. So they went there and pleaded for Oduduwa to come back. Oduduwa said he cannot come back to Benin. The people said they want to kill him, so so he can't come back to the home again, and he has already been a king here. He can't leave his throne here anymore because Oduduwa was a stranger in Yoruba, and he was not born by a Yoruba man or Yoruba woman. He was from Benin. He was Ogiso Owodo's son. So the Benin people chief now left again, now go to Benin and tell the Benin people, say, we have seen our son, but the problem is that he said he's not coming back. So that was there where the Benin people was not happy, but the problem was that it's not coming back. So the other chief again went there again to plead. So they go back again. The Oduduwa said he will not. So he always say, okay, if he can trust, because he did not trust you guys anymore, because they pull eye on his head, trying to buy him. You people said is your love, the land. So now he has already created the place ruling. So he now said, okay, if we can trust you, he will give them a lies. So that was the lies he now gave them. The chief now goes back to Benin and puts it in a servant's head. He said if that lies live to 3 years, he will release his son. So after After 3 years, the lies was still in the head of the slave. So that was after the 3 years. They now go back to 11 and told Oduduwa that look at the lies. Is still, and Oduduwa was not happy. Say Ogogore, because then he was still speaking Edo language. He said Ogogore, he now he can trust his son with his people. So he now gave his son, and when his son came, he now gave his son. They now passed through Usain. That is why. And some people now follow him from, because he didn't just leave only his son with the Benin people. He now leave some two Yoruba and to follow. So now drop in Usain, and some now move, and some one now move with him to Benin before the one now return back. So when Oromia came to Benin, the Benin people were angry that because of that shift that they have put before, that Evian. They now put Evian to be ruling for now because they don't want the palace to be empty, because Benin don't want to be dead without a king. So the Evian that was put, it was like governor for main time. So the Evian was not angry because he was surprised that Oduduwa will release his son. So as the son came back, they didn't allow. They now said he does not speak Edo language. He does not speak Benin. So he can't through, and he needs to be born by a Benin woman to be fully a Benin person. So the Oromia could not rule. He now moved to Ego. He now impregnated a princess of the Ego. So that is how he now born Eweka. So then the Oromia now moved to Oyo and became king in that Oyo. So as the princess gave birth to a Benin, and it now become a full-blooded Benin person, because Benin not they like miss blood. If you are miss, they will not allow you to. Even if your papa can't go born by a Yoruba mother. If you come back, you must be born by a Benin mother, because Benin throne then was sacred. They don't like miss blood. So as he came back, that was when because he was not talking. The child was not talking. It's later, Ina said, Owamika, everybody was not happy. The people were Owamika, Ogwaene, now they can't Cretan king. So as a Cretan king, he can't become king for Benin. That Eviana can't verse, they can't kick Oba dynasty. And the
in 1960, repeated in 1990, and in 1992, and in 1993, new edition in 1994.
Okay.
But we would have recommended that people should check this book online. You will see it, but you will not see the soft copy, because I'm sure as at that time this book was compiled and all those things, they didn't have the ability to put it on soft copy. But you can check it out on the internet, written by Professor Gregory and ESAN. Now, not to go too much, like I said, before I read this book, my dad, my grandfathers, they told me story. I have elders who told me story. When I met this book, everything they said, I saw them in this book. So, about the ESAN people. Now, I'm not reading now. I just want to share before I bring page to you. About the ESAN people. First of all, if anybody want to argue, let's ask ourselves question. What is the meaning of ESAN? I have challenged some ESAN brothers who always claim ESAN are aborigines and all those. I have challenged them. What is the meaning of ESAN? At least in every language, when a word come out, it should have meaning. Because that is what we know of linguistic. So there should be meaning to whatever we are saying. What is the meaning of ESAN? First of all, in ESAN, by the word ESAN in my dialect, it's a coin word from a sentence. It's a coin word from a sentence or a phrase. You don't understand? It means run away. Some people will call it run away. Some will call it jump into. Run, jump into. Like into the forest, or run into the forest. As the case may be, that's the meaning of ESAN. So, but in the present day world, because of the British colony and some other things, you see people calling it Isha. That is why I always try to correct my people. Anywhere I am, there is nothing like Isha. The right pronunciation is ESAN, because the white people were pronouncing it because the first letter started from E. And in Edo language, there is nothing like E. It's A. And if you have to go to the English word, our alphabet A in English is A, capital A. But in Edo language, it is not A, it is E. That's our own alphabetical structure. Now, why am I saying this? At the advent of the ESAN people, how they migrated, all that part we are seeing today as ESAN land, all those parts now deep forest before. Deep forests, like when is a definition of what we call evil forest in some Nigerian movie today. Deep forests, there are a lot of things going on in that side, in that era. But even as much as it was a forest, there were some people who were living there. Some few people, because the history of the Edo people has a progenitor, and as a progenitor, it climbs down. It's like step by step. The present time, the Edo land, before the Godomigodo. This book that I'm writing, the man that wrote this book is not a small man in ESAN land. You can go and check his history about who the person is. So if anybody is doubting it, there are some other books you can also go and check to also know some of these things. But however, let me just summarize, because I don't want to go into too much details. So now, how did that migration, that mass exodus, how did it happen? It was during the time of the great Oba Ewaye the First. Everybody know the story of Oba Ewaye the First. Oba Ewaye the First was the king that expanded the empire of the Edo people. He expanded. Not only did he expand, he harmonized every people that have gone at different time. He was able to bring everybody together. That also made even the ESAN people and autonomous people. This is the story of Oba Ewaye the Great. Now, to those people that don't know, Oba Ewaye was not just called Oba Ewaye. His name was Prince Ogun. His name was Prince Ogun. And he has a brother who is also called Uwafiokun. I don't want to go into that story, what happened about him and led to so many things. But let me just concentrate on the ESAN. Upon the advent of his sons, when they died on a particular day, I think about 3 of his sons, or 2, thereabouts, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Information got to him, and he was very angry because of that event. And he made a declaration, a very tough, in fact, in that era, they call it a very wicked decision. In that era, they called it a barbaric decision, because some people were not just cool with it. So I'm just going to cut it little by little bit. So now, upon that decision, he made that declaration, some persons were not okay with that declarations. Some persons were not okay. And in that era, the way message they travel that time is different from the way message they travel now. In that era. So, those persons, majority of the people that were not okay with that declaration, they went into the forest, far from the main domain. Far from the main domain. Not that it was just far as ESAN, no, not far as ESAN, but it's still within the territory, but as far. Because they wanted to also say, they said they cannot cope with this declaration, that they have to go. And one of the declaration was that no eating, no drinking of water, no male, no husband sleeping with their wife. Those are very tough declarations for some persons in that area not to want to condone, like adapt to. So some persons went into the forest and they start eating. They start cooking. Some people saw them, they had to, go and report. Upon that report, and it was like they should go and fetch those people. They should go and fetch those people those set of people who they go against in declaration. Now note also that Obaewa was also a very brutal king, no joke. In as much as he tried to harmonize the people, he was very brutal. Not be now where some people they do that time. If you try nonsense that time, you collect. Now, so that was the reason why those people went as far to go and do that thing where they did it. But still, the information still got to him. And he sent emissaries for them. But also, information also have the way of flying in that era. Before those emissaries came, those people don't get the information. They moved, they fled, they jackpot, and in today English, they jackpot. Because they know say if they catch them, na DIE. They fled. And upon getting to that place, they didn't see many of these people. They've gone. And when they say gone, not be say they go to maybe the next. No, they went far into the forest. They didn't stop. They just keep moving, like, because they know who King Ewa was. He was ready to do anything to anybody who will go against in declaration. So they just kept moving into the forest. No, they don't want to wait, because they're also running for their life, because they know say they don't already go against in declaration. But however, when those people came, they knew they've gone. They had to go back and make reports. Where are these people? Where are these people at the end of the day? Now, this is not to say, now why I said so, I started by what is the meaning of ESAN. Now look at the this thing I just mentioned now. Now, the word ESAN and what I just read now, the coin word in that place is sanfwa. ESAN. Those people, those group of people that left were the first people known as ESAN people. That is to say, I'm not saying that people were not even in that place they went to. There were people there, because even the time of Migodo, when other advents, people also left at different points. But not as much. The mass movement of people moving from Benin was that of Obaewa the first. When I say group of people left, I'm not talking about 10 people, I'm not talking about 50 people, I'm not talking about 100 people. They were much in their numbers at that time. So they left, and the majority of them settled at different places. So those are the first set of ESAN people, because the people living there before in that forest, they were not known as ESAN. They were people from Igodomigodo at one point, people from Idu at one